Is this your place here?
Yeah, my kingdom.
Your bunkhouse? Can you invite me in? Can I come in?
Come in.
Ito, hindi ka nagbunta ko, maklaro.
All right, Chrissy. Hey everybody, we're back from central eastern Mindanao. We traveled from our hometown of Cagayan de Oro and we headed to Chrissy's hometown of
Pagadian City.
And we live in the province of Misamis Oriental.
Yeah.
And Pagadian City is in
Zamboanga del Sur.
Zamboanga del Sur. And we traveled we rented this Mitsubishi. It was a reliable car. It had a tinted windshield, which made it rather difficult to see at night. So between the cloudy weather, the haze from Indonesian fires, and the tinted windshield, it was my first time driving in the Philippines and dealing with all the slow-moving trikes, the traffic of pedestrians, dogs in the road. You have to pass a vehicle or a trike or a motorcycle just about every 20 seconds. You have to really pay attention. So
Yes.
Chrissy, what did you think of my driving?
It was really good.
Yeah,
Very good,
well, we
yeah.
made it back. We made it back safe. So today we want to share that road trip with you to see Chrissy's hometown, where Chrissy grew up, her province house, her family. Headed from here to Iligan, the city of waterfalls. It's about a 2-hour trip. We rented this car for 2,200 pesos per day, which is about $40 US per day. Really nice people, very small private kind of setup. They have 1 or 2 cars they rent out. They delivered the car right to our front door. Not much paperwork involved, kind of like an honor system, borrowing a friend's car almost. It was quite a beautiful trip. The road goes along the coast primarily, but Mindanao is very mountainous, and some of the views along the drive, the coastal views, the mountain views, the rice fields. What did you like about the trip, Chrissy?
What I like is that it's the first time that I've been into a long trip sitting in the front seat.
Passenger
so,
seat.
In the passenger seat. So actually it's I got to see the nice view of the places, and yeah, we're gonna bring you to my hometown in Pagadian City. We'll try to find some coffee shop here in Iligan because we are experiencing
Caffeine withdrawal. We've only had 5 cups this morning. 10:45, we stopped for coffee. It's quite a busy town, Iligan. Then we were on the road to Pagadian, Chrissy's hometown. It's a, what do they call Pagadian? The city of?
the little Hong Kong of the South.
The little Hong Kong of the South. And they call it that because it's very hilly like Hong Kong. Very, very hilly in certain parts. And it's on a bay, and for most of the time you're in town, you don't see the water because there's so many hills between you and the water. So there was some really nice road scenes we'll share with you, and we'll show you what the traffic was like. We stopped and we bought a 25-kilo bag of rice for your mom, so I didn't show up empty-handed. That cost how much?
1400.
1,400 pesos, which is about $26 maybe. We could have gotten rice for what? 900 pesos for 25 kilos
Yeah,
maybe?
for the very low quality rice.
Right, so as a gift we wanted it to be a little better than the average rice that they would buy. Before we got to Pagadian though, your brothers and your sister-in-law and a nephew,
Yes.
they hopped on the bus. They took the day off from work. They hopped on the
Yes.
bus, or the afternoon off. They hopped on the bus and they met us where?
Somewhere in Aurora, which is part of Zamboanga del Sur, because I need to pick up my son and my son's grandparents, so they need to meet us halfway from Pagadian City to my ex-in-laws
Yeah,
place.
so we pulled up. We all drove to a town called Mahayag, which was about 40 minutes away.
Yes.
And that's the town where Chrissy went to college. So we picked up your son.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of interesting. It's on the other side of a canal, and you can't get to the house by car. You
It's
can.
in irrigation canal for the rice.
An irrigation canal.
Yeah.
And you can't get there by car. There is a way to get a motorcycle across the canal, and people walk across the canal. And so her son was delivered, and they walked across the little piece of concrete across the canal.
Yeah.
Then we went off and we had halo halo. And halo, how would you describe halo halo?
Halo is the meaning of halo is mixed. So it means a mix of an ice cream, creamer, milk, fruits, and also some chips.
It's
so
kind of like
very famous here in the
yeah,
Philippines.
it's like their version of an ice cream sundae of sorts, but it's mixed, halo halo. So we enjoyed a little halo halo, and then we're back in the car and on the road to Pagadian. We got there about 40 minutes later. We arrived at your mother's house. Now we're going to show footage of the next morning because we captured better footage when we went back the next morning. The next day, we're going to spend at Chrissy's father's house, which is about 45 minutes away further south. What's the name of the town he lives in?
Pandanan, which is located in Sultan Naga di Mapuro. So
Sultan Naga di Oro, and that's an area that you're starting to get a little bit further south in Mindanao,
Yes.
and the percentage of Muslim population is starting to get well above 50%. And as a Westerner traveling down south there, it's an interesting experience. But I was with Chrissy's family. We got a hotel room in Pagadian. After we stopped by, we bought some corn on the cob. We had bought rice. We stopped and bought a couple of roasted chickens, and we arrived that night and we visited and we had dinner, and then we went back to the hotel. I rented two hotel rooms. One room for Chrissy. What was the name of the hotel? Alindahao. It was, not horrible, not great. It was okay. We paid 2,200 pesos per night. 2,100, maybe 2,100. Again, around 40, same as the car rental, really. And then the single room was about 1,300 per night, which is like $25 per night. So we got a room next to ours for Chrissy's father and or brother to be there just in case there was a problem. I was a little leery about being in the same hotel 2 nights in a row. I was thinking maybe the Saddam Hussein strategy of keep moving every single night so nobody really knows there's a Westerner in town. But we had a room, and Chrissy's brother or father was always down the hall from us in the room. But we never had any problem. I never was greeted with anything but respect. And we went to the mall. Chrissy and I, we went into the mall, the Gaisano's Mall across the street from the hotel. We got some toys for her son. And, no one really stared at me as a Westerner. I never felt uncomfortable. I never felt there was trouble in the city. I never felt it was unsafe at all. I mean, it only takes one bad experience and one person to make it unsafe, but I never felt that at all. And I think I'd be more than happy to go back, rent a car again and go back. So anyway, the footage we were showing you is actually from the following morning, where we entered at the roadside, and it looks like there's a really nice house there, but actually Chrissy's house is behind that house, and there's several levels down the hill, and these are homes that are built on government land. And Chrissy's mom has actually gotten a piece of land 30 minutes away where she's in the process of planning a house. Because this particular house that Chrissy grew up in, part of the time she was in Pagadian in this house, it could be taken by the government at a moment's notice, and everybody could be forced to move. It's kind of an unusual setup. It has 3 separate bunk houses, a common kitchen, a common bathroom, and each individual room is not that large. Brother Junji, what do you want to say to YouTube?
Hello, good morning everyone.
Is this your place here?
My kingdom.
Your bunkhouse? Can you invite me in? Can I come in?
Come in. Lang.
Ah.
It's a small place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah. I don't want to wear my shoes in here though.
Oh, you can
Put stuff on this?
put it in. It's
Naman.
chargeable, yeah.
Ah.
Oh, Jima! Hindi din na po din mong bisita rin.
Baby pictures.
So this is my brother's
Bunkhouse, yeah.
bunkhouse.
Bank house.
And everybody has their own bunkhouse, and then they all use the same kitchen. Hello, Precious. You want to say hello? Hello. Okay.
Kasi may Cagayan ani dire depet. Cagayan, nangila.
Look who's here. Papa's here. So this is the room. This is where your cousin rents this room.
Yes, this is the room that. Lagi. Yo, na pamahaw dire.
Wait, tawag na tayo.
Di ka tamabe.
Wow.
And then your mother sleeps here, and then everyone shares the kitchen. And then there's one bathroom where the dog is. And then, oh, Chrissy's bunkhouse. Chrissy lives in this bunkhouse here when she was living here. And the bathroom's right there. Let me squeeze in. I want to take a picture. This is Chrissy's bunkhouse she had built. It's a dirty kitchen. They call it an outdoor kitchen. And Chrissy's mom and her stepfather sleep here. They rent this room out to the cousin. There's 3 of these bunkhouses that have been built. One, Junji's, and then Denden's over here. The land is not owned by the family, so the mother is building a house about a half-hour away. Because right here, the government could come at any moment and take down these properties. But her father lives in a more traditional house. We'll show you that in our next video. After we were at your mom's house, we had a little bit of time before it got dark, and we went down to the boardwalk in Pagadian.
Yes.
And we saw the SS Pagadian, which is the ship, I guess, that never left harbor.
Actually, it's not really it's built not really a ship. It's like the style is
Nautical,
just like a
yes.
ship, but it's really I think it's
A meeting space, maybe?
meeting space
Yeah.
or a restaurant.
But there's a
something.
boardwalk there, and there's gift shops for toys, and it's a place to walk along the water there. And Chrissy said there's supposedly prostitutes in that area, but we didn't really see anybody. There was a lot of volunteer police cadets walking around. There was quite a lot of security there. It was nice. The fishing boats, the water. We drove the hills. We stopped for coffee. And we spent the night in Pagadian. The next morning we woke up and we arrived at your mother's house to get everybody. Your father used to be a merchant, and he used to run like a rice store and a vegetable store, like a fixed store in Mahayag for a dozen years. But
Yes.
last year or 2 he moved to the beach, and now he runs a trike as his business. So his trike was there, and he fits 5 or 6 people, 5 people on the trike, and so we put about 7 in the back seat, and he put 5 on the trike, and the whole family went 45 minutes south to Sultan
Naga de Mapuro.
Sultan Naga de Oro province,
Um,
barangay,
municipality.
municipality on the water, and that'll be our next video for you. But here we are in Chrissy's house visiting, and you'll see this is Chrissy's father, his motorcycle, and some of the family members getting ready to head out for the day.
So at my mom's house, I lived there for about like 6 to 7 years before I moved to college in Mahayag. So it's really in Mahayag where I spent a lot of years, like 12 to 13 years from college until I got married and I had CJ. And I just got back to my mom's house and built that little bunker when, you know, I had my past relationship. After my job in Mahayag, like the short-term job, last year, I moved to my father's house, and there I met you during that time when I
Right.
moved there.
And I was in South America, and you were in the room in your father's
Yes.
house. What a worlds apart.
Mhm.
I was in Puerto Montt, Chile, in northern Patagonia, and you were in Sultan Naga Dimapura in central Mindanao. And somehow we got together, and we wanted to share with you Chrissy's home and the part of Mindanao that not many Westerners go to. It's on the U.S. State Department's Think Again, Don't Travel There list. Further south, a little bit further south in parts of Cotabato is level 4. Absolutely don't go there. I think Pagadian got moved maybe from level 4 to level 3 because it was on Think Again, level 3 right before we went. Like I said, I never felt anything but a lot of affection and warmth from the people. I never felt any threat whatsoever. I really didn't. I felt the same as being here in the big city in the north, Cagayan de Oro in northern Mindanao. So it was a great trip. I hope you enjoyed it, getting to see what Mindanao looks like and how we've been on the road while we've been off the air for a week. Thanks for watching this time. See you next time. We'll be at the beach.